The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Forum, assemble! You're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books and your live weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from the Hall of F. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us. We'll help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for the cowl. He's our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
Am I the only one that noticed our intro cut out like halfway through, or was that just me?
Oh,
I think it's just you.
Yeah.
Oh. Well then, hey, never mind.
Next, he is our riddle inside of an enigma, trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him. You love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay. What in the world?
But I'm hearing that, right?
Yes, you're hearing that. Look, it's time to go. Look, short but sweet. There it is. Look, it might very well be the best episode of Fantastic Four ever. No mad bugginess that the people could hear. Only Oz.
All in my mind.
Shout out to Moses Magnum. He's not with us today, unfortunately. And who knows? I mean, he could pop up through the spirit of comics, you know, through the friggin' holiday magic. Maybe he'll still pop up. But as for right now, he's not here. And I should also mention, my name's Lawrence Young. They call me Mary Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got whatchamacallit? We got chat comments directly out of chat into the show already. Alfonso Ceja says, "How's it going, guys? Is that Jay's entrance music when he wrestles?" Yes, it is.
No,
that's Jay's music.
It's not.
Be here. He's not supposed to be here. What? What would your wrestling music your intro music be, Jay, if you were a wrestler?
That crazy bastard wants to hit me.
Who sings that?
I think that's the approximate title. It's been a while, but that's a They Might Be Giants song.
Nice. I love it. Crazy bastard wants that's a very appropriate wrestling intro song. I like it a lot, in fact. Okay, I'm gonna have to go listen to that. See, so when I imagine you as a professional wrestler in my head, I can make sure I'm imagining the proper song. You know.
Right.
So, anyway, we got a great show for you today. We are going to be talking to you all about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Wait, is that it, or is it The Final Wish? No, it's The Last Wish. I said it right. Yes, I had to look at my notes real quick. I was like, wait, what was that? Play it again.
Nah. Play it again. That was me. That was live. That was my my powerful throat muscles doing this. Not even on camera. Whatever. Go ahead. The camera was the last time, so.
We're also going to be talking to you all about Batman Spawn #1. We're going to talk about Retroverse #1. So we got all that coming to you in just a moment. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, because without him, the show would not exist. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope you're doing well, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. So this would be the point where we would play. We would have our intern tell you how to get down with the show, but when Moses isn't here, the intern doesn't come in. I guess the intern feels like Moses is her boss, and the rest of us are just, people that make noise. So It happens. I'm not mad at it. I just feel like she shouldn't be disrespecting Oz and Jay like that, personally. You know? But anyway. So, if you want to get down with Fantastic Forum, you can do it in a few different ways. Jump in. Jay, I don't know if Jay's on the show today or not. I'm not sure. maybe he's out here trying to fix something. I don't know. But either way, you can jump into chat via YouTube or Twitch. We're on both right now. So if you won't have something to say on Twitch, you can let us know, and we'll bring it into the show. Same with YouTube. We already got a witty chat comment earlier today. Oh, but we have another. The Claw. What's that Claw talking about, Jay?
He says, "What's up, Fantastic Forum? You guys seen Avatar: The Way of Water? It's already breaking records as to be expected."
Is it really though?
Yeah, it is.
It's
almost made $1 billion. No, yeah, almost made $1 billion. Oh, it made it already?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. No, it's a lot of people are going to go see it. I'm not exactly sure what all the fuss is about, but the world thinks different. So
apparently.
Yeah. No, look, I will say that everyone in my circles has kind of been like, oh hum. Like, I know some people that feel like it's kind of weird that the sequel has come this late in the game and that they're doing a whole bunch of them after this. But look, they are definitely, or this one is showing why the sequels should happen. I mean, people love Pandora.
You think the next ones are going to do just as well?
I mean, at this point, there's no reason for them not to.
Well,
like,
if my theory is the first one was so long ago that they're coming out with another one, people remember the hype and the thrill of the first one, and so the next one's going to get everybody coming back, everybody coming back for it to get that experience again. Now, I haven't seen it. I don't know if it's as good, better, worse, how it compares to the original. But if it's not that great, then are people going to want to go for the next one and the next one? They're making 5 more of these. You know that?
Yeah. Oh, at least I thought it was 4. Yeah, so I thought it was like 5 altogether.
No, I think it's 6 altogether. Either way, by the time you get to those last 2.
Yeah. And I think they're going to add like an hour runtime to each one, right?
Oh, really? No. The first one's like 3 hours and something, isn't it?
Yeah. So like the next one will be 4 hours, then 5 hours.
I'm out.
Then 6 hours. And then the last one's going to be like a 7-hour until you get the extended cut on DVD, which is going to be like a 24-hour thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it will definitely speak to movie quality, but at the same time, I don't feel like you don't make $1 billion in 2 weeks if people don't like your movie, right? Like, because that's not a thing that happens.
They don't know they don't know if they like it until they see it.
No, but like, let me put it like this: like, there are movies that are highly hyped that end up being bad, and they don't make budget. You know what I'm saying? They don't make $1 billion. Like, there's no bad movie that makes $1 billion.
I will say I have heard very little good about the movie. From people I listen to. Yeah. I think one of the nicest things people said is it's really pretty.
Yeah, no, I feel like that's what everybody's saying.
Of it are like the most amazing screensaver in the world. But aside from that, you've got 2 hours of not the best screensaver in the world.
Like, I haven't heard anybody really knock it. They just say it's average but beautiful. And, I mean, it's a visual spectacle, right? Apparently.
I'm assuming it's 3D because that was like the whole thing about the first one. No?
I mean,
That's what I assumed.
It can be. Yeah, there are 3D showings of it, but you know, yeah, yeah. So you can
I
definitely
heard the
watch it in
kids are
3D.
weird.
What weird how?
Like they act very human despite growing up with the Navi.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I hear that. Yeah, and I think that is actually something I did hear that people said is kind of a little weird, but yeah. So, but a lot of people are going to see it. A lot of people, and it seems like I guess they're continuing to go see it, right? Because I don't know for
I think I'm
myself.
gonna wait. Like I don't know that
Yeah.
I want to sit for 3 hours for Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I did enjoy the first one. The spectacle of the 3D was amazing, but the story was very average,
Yeah, I
like
agree.
a little below average.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to go through that for 3 hours. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, not
What
for
about you,
that.
Oz?
Not interested.
Wow,
The
there it
first one
is.
was fine. I don't need more of that. Not really. I mean, if I
It's
heard
very
like
it's
people talk about how amazing it is, then I might
yeah.
think about it. But like just like Jay, I haven't heard anything other than it's there. It
Mm.
looks pretty sometimes, but I got porn. I can get pretty whenever I want.
It's like I've seen people I don't know talk about it and say how much they like it, but no one in my immediate circle I know is like hyped for the movie, and I know I'm not. So I don't know. So it's an interesting thing because, like I said, it made like $1 billion in 2 weeks. So
Tiger Claw says, "Did you hear that some people were accusing the movie of cultural appropriation? White people playing people of color, but they are colorblind because where are they going to find blue people?"
Well, it's not because they're blue, because they're very tribal and have dreadlocks and things like that.
I don't mind white people having dreads. Like, that's something I've never minded.
Yeah, but you're not crazy either.
Mm.
Like some people are just looking for a reason to be offended. And obviously saying something like that gets them on the news, gets them whatever clout they were looking for. So why not?
I don't know. I would just say that I'm sure that they're just people with opinions, and it's like it's just like anything else. People over amplify stuff. I'm sure that there's some crazies out there that are going way too hard on the idea of it being cultural appropriation. But I'm sure there's some people that are like, oh, no, I think it. I feel like it is, and here's why. And it's probably it's a semi reasonable opinion. At the same time, though, it's like I get it, where it's like they're aliens. It's like you're going to use some sort of human frame of reference, right? And the reality is, right, like not all of the people that are playing those roles are white people, right? Like aren't like half of them people of color?
But
Zoe
didn't what's your
Saldana.
name come back?
Yeah, Zoe Saldana came back. I know
Oh,
Sigourney
I heard
Weaver's
she's
in there
really
somewhere.
bad.
What do you mean?
Like her character is like really poorly written in this one.
Oh, jeez, that's
She's like
unfortunate.
near feral or something.
Okay, yeah, there
Feral.
you go. Anyway,
Yeah, she's always
well,
roaring and growling at her kids.
yeah, man.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta do that with kids, they don't listen.
You got to roar and growl at them like an animal, because that's how you straighten out those kids. So, all right, yeah. As you can see, we'll listen to chat. Look, we'll bring you into the show. We will take, and of course, you can always go to fantasticforum.live if you want to jump in and become the fourth member, the coveted fourth member of Fantastic Forum. So feel free to hit the call-in button on fantasticforum.live. It's there. It's ready. Let's do it. So, okay, gents, y'all ready to talk about some stuff, some things? What do y'all want to talk about first? Y'all want to do some movie stuff or some comic stuff?
I don't know if I want to
Movie.
go with the stuff or the things. Like I'm still deciding.
Yeah, you want to do some stuff or some things? Like Jay said them things, so we're gonna go with the movie. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. Puss in Boots came out when?
Christmas.
There it is. Okay.
So the 22nd.
Wait, do you mean
Wait,
this one or
what?
the original?
Oh, I'm sorry. This one.
Oh, okay.
Is that what is it? Were you talking about the original, Joe?
No, it came out for Christmas, the Wednesday before Christmas.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
the 22nd, I believe, unless I'm miscounting.
I don't know. Like
That
Christmas.
could be.
Why did it come out the Wednesday as opposed to the Friday?
Long weekend.
I couldn't tell you.
That's fair. So,
At least I
Who
think it
wants
came
to-
out Wednesday. Yeah, I saw it on Wednesday.
okay. Which one of you gentlemen would like to talk about the premise of the movie and what Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is all about?
Did you get to see it?
I did not get to see it.
Okay.
Boo! Yes, Christmas. Boo! No. Okay, Oz. Tell us about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, please.
It's Did you see the original Puss in Boots?
No.
I have not seen the original.
Oh
Puss in
my
Boots,
god! I'm with heretics here. Jeez. Well, it's a sequel to that, and
right?
it's Puss in Boots. Since then, has kind of been having some adventures here and there, and may have died once or twice, and he's down to his last life. And it like once he realizes that it's his last life and he could actually die, he kind of like freaks out and just retires, and then finds out about it's like a wishing star, I guess, that is in this mystical area, and there's a map, and he's gonna try to get the wish to wish for his lives back, so he can be the old Puss in Boots that we all know and love. And so it's like think of it like a heist movie where different factions are racing towards this star. So it's Puss in Boots with Kitty Softpaws from the original movie, from the first movie, and the little Chihuahua, and then another
Kitty
group.
soft paws.
She was declawed. It's actually a sad story. How dare you laugh at her? But she goes like this, and they poof. It's cute. Goldilocks and the Three Bears, and some guy who I vaguely like when I saw him, like I don't know, that like something in the back of my mind was like, this is kind of familiar. But even when he tells the nursery rhyme of where he came from, like it just never clicked. Like it's not something I ever heard. It's I'm gonna have to look up his name, but he sticks.
Jack Horner. I'm actually pretty familiar with the nursery rhyme.
Really? Okay. See, I'd never heard it. The stick the thumb, get a plum thing. That really like it was something was trying to click, but it never really got there.
Yeah, he sat in a corner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look,
man.
Okay. If there's a Spanish version, then maybe I'll hear it.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
he's played
interesting.
by John Mulaney, who does a pretty good job.
John Mulaney is hilarious.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
it's a race to to see who gets to make their wish first. And one of the things I liked about this is you've seen the Shrek movies, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of fairy tales like thrown at you at once, and this kind of like limits it to just these groups. I mean, you get little hints of other stuff, but it's really just it's more concentrated, more focused, and they still manage to make it funny and entertaining.
Okay, so it feels less like gag driven and more like let's focus in on these few fairy tales and mine the comedy from each of them.
Yeah, I mean, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears sound like stereotypical like henchmen. You know, I can't even do the accent, but if you think of a old classic New York henchman, that's what they would talk like.
Okay.
I know there's a name for it. I can't think about it. And they're like it's cute because they're like an actual family, like Mama Bear and Papa Bear. Like Goldilocks is their kid now, and they're off robbing stuff together. They're a criminal gang family, and it's actually kind of sweet.
Word.
You know,
There
Baby
it is.
Bear
Okay.
gets a little jealous sometimes because she's not a bear, and they seem to treat her better because she's a little white girl. But we've all been there.
Indeed. So with them trying to track down the star, it's a falling star. Like it's
No,
it's,
the star landed somewhere. It's in a spot, but
Okay.
the area where it's at is it's like there's like a magic field covering it, and the way it works is whoever is holding the map, like once you get into this area, there's a path and there's different areas you go through. Like think about it like a video game, like a Mario game. When you go here, now you're in this land, you got to go through that land. And the way the magic works is whatever is inside you is reflected in the area. So like when the dog gets it, he loves everything because he's a little dog. So everything is like candy canes and nice and pretty and beautiful rainbows and everything. When one of the villains gets it, it just gets dark and there's like poison rivers and lava. It's just like, so depending on who has the map, and it can change. Like if the dog drops the map and somebody else grabs it, boom, everything changes to that person. And so that creates different challenges along the way to get it, because everything there, except for the dog, because he loves everything. Like everything is trying to kill everybody else because everybody has some darkness in them.
Except for that puppy.
Oh, dude, that little Chihuahua, like he's the happiest fucking thing in this movie, and it's reflected in the map. Like he's such a ray of sunshine, and the more backstory you get on this dog, he has the most tragic story. Like the more you find out about him, like you just start crying, like, oh my god, what? And then like you see the scars, and oh my god, poor dog. His name's Dog.
Fair.
Well, in Spanish, so
So-
Dog.
Is it really Peril?
Yeah, he
Hurry
doesn't
up.
have a name, so they just call him that.
Got it. Okay, cool. Jay, what did you think of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
I liked it. Like I liked it a lot. I liked the art style. I love the wolf. The wolf was my favorite. Like we're not doing spoilers, and it's not like a huge spoiler, but still finding out what his deal is actually just like a really cool moment. So I won't spoil that for anyone that's going to see it. But he was just amazing, and I forget who plays who the actor is, but he just has a really great voice for it too.
Okay.
And yeah, he's basically the one that convinces Puss to like retire because if he doesn't go into hiding, he's gonna kill him.
Oh wow. The wolf is gonna kill him?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um now the you mentioned the art style and how you liked it. It's been a long time since I've seen the Shrek movie that introduces Puss in Boots. Um, is the art style drastically different from the
Yes.
Shrek movies? Okay, and is it drastically different from the other Puss? Well, you haven't seen the other Puss in Boots movies, but Oz, would you say the art style is different from the previous Puss in Boots movies?
It's pretty. It's weird because I want to say it's the same but better because it is 11 years later. But there's some
Wait,
areas.
it hasn't been 11 years since the last Puss in Boots movie, though,
Yeah,
right?
2011. 2011 was the last Puss in Boots movies. I have it up on my screen.
Wow, really? That's crazy. Wait, but there's been two before this one, right?
No, this is
Oh, it's only the
Shrek 2.
one?
Yeah, he was in a Shrek movie.
Right, I do know that, but I thought
that.
for some reason I thought there was a second Puss in Boots movie that isn't this. But wow, so why would they? It's so
Well, I mean,
interesting. Why? What?
There's two total Puss in Boots movies, in one Shrek
Right.
movie with Puss in Boots in it.
Right. I was under the impression that this was the third Puss in Boots movie. I did not realize that there had only been one Puss in Boots movie previous to this, and that it was 2011. I'm like, what made them decide to revisit this? You think?
I have no idea, but I'm glad they did.
And so go ahead.
So the art style obviously
Mhm.
better. 11 years later, it should be better. But they do
Right.
this thing where the way it's animated changes, kind of like the Into the Spider-Verse movie, like not the weird colors, but just like the way the frames go and the way the backgrounds look. And it happens a lot actually throughout the movie, especially during action scenes. It's kind
And
of visually, it's kind of cool. Like I liked it because it wasn't all the time either. It really like was during big battle scenes.
Okay, so they picked their moments. And so is it inspired by, or would each of you say that you felt like it was inspired by Into the Spider-Verse in that regard? Or is it just they're doing something similar but different?
I would say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think it's just the same. Like they're just doing their own thing, trying to do something a little different. They might have been a little bit inspired, like, hey, they got experimental and did really good. I think if we put a little bit, I don't know it, but I don't feel like they were copied. I use that example just because it's the only other animated movie I can think of that got weird in certain places.
Yeah.
Even though I guess that whole movie was kind of done that weird way.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Jay?
Well, since Into the Spider-Verse, the animation studios have been moving a little bit away towards making everything look kind of real and grounded and making it look more cartoony. You can see this in like the Bad Guys, where it is like the CG, but it's not like your Zootopia with dramatic colors and like it's more like looks like more cell shaded type of art style to make it look more cartoony in that 3D space. And as far as that, I would say they took inspiration, if you could call that inspiration, but they're definitely doing their own thing. But they're allowed themselves to be more cartoony, to go off model, just the things to make it really dynamic.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And so far, I mean, you all talked about, the story in general. You talked about the characters, which it sounds like, at least from Oz, you sound like you really like the characters. Did you generally? Well, and no, you too, Jay. You did mention that you were really a big fan of the wolf as a character as well,
Yeah.
and so it sounds like you both enjoyed the art style, and so it's like, do you feel like the story, or story wise, do you feel like the movie actually kind of paid off? Like, by the time you get to the end, do you feel satisfied with what you've seen, or is it just a thing?
I feel
Yeah.
pretty satisfied. I think this is one of the best animated movies of the year.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay,
It
Jay,
Did you
was
see
how do you
Bad
feel?
Guys?
Oh,
huh?
Did you see The Bad Guys?
I
it's the one
didn't.
with the animals in a Cadillac,
No,
or
no, I
or
haven't.
in a.
Okay. So yeah, if you haven't seen The Bad Guys, Puss in Boots is pretty phenomenal.
I mean, it loses points because it got Aquafina in it, so
She's
What's wrong
not
with
always
Aquafina?
terrible.
she's not always great either.
What? Like, oh man, sheesh.
Like she ruined that
It's like,
movie with the dragon for me.
you talking about Shang-Chi?
No, the animated one. We're talking the animated movie.
Oh.
Look, you don't know that great in Shang-Chi.
wait, wait.
She was
Which,
great as the best friend, but like once she like does the arrow shot, like come on, you've been there a day. You're not that. No, you're not Shang-Chi. You don't make that shot. Whatever.
see,
I feel like
why you got it?
Assassination Nation was her high point.
What is Assassination Nation?
It's a movie about this town where someone starts leaking everyone's secrets, and so everyone gets all pissed off and murdery.
Oh, jeez. Okay, we're gonna go back to talking about animation. Wait, so okay, but best animated movie of the year for you, Oz. But
Have we not
and
seen the bad guys? I guess.
no, I get that. But just have you seen other animated movies that came out this year, or is this the only animated movie that you saw this year?
I
You
feel
saw
like,
Luck.
yeah, I think it's better than Luck.
Oh well, that's not a super high bar though, right? Like,
Oh,
I liked
how
Luck,
dare
but
you.
It's not a fair comparison because they're different genres.
I liked Luck, but yeah, I
No,
mean,
Luck
sure,
was
there's different.
great, but it's a different.
Yeah.
It's comedy, and this is an action movie.
I saw Super Pets.
Oh, was
This
that
was so much better than Super Pets.
there it is. Okay, so listen, y'all saw the animated movies, so there you go. Like, okay, and Jay, it's not like you messed around and came with a list of movies, animated movies through the year that were better than this one. So you mentioned
Well,
the one.
I'm only
Jay's like,
that's only off the top of my head. Like,
Jay's like, give me a second. Let me go back through my stubs. Hold on. No, that's fair. That's fair. But
it's
but
like if
mhm.
we're only talking stuff in theaters, because there was some good straight to video stuff this year.
I hear that, and I don't know that I would necessarily discriminate, especially in this day and age. But at the same time, like I would probably say I would compare feature length to feature length. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna, like, I'm sure there's an animated short out there that'll probably, you know, blow your mind and make you, give you the feels more so than maybe this movie would. But
So
that's not a fair comparison, I don't think.
yeah, I know me because I saw a bunch of the anime movies that came out,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, Red and Jujutsu Kaisen are both better than Puss in Boots.
Wait, did Red come out this year?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. That's wild. I feel like Red. I would have 100% bet that Red came out last year, but it must have come out in the beginning, huh?
No, it just came out. Like, didn't we just talk about it a couple weeks ago or like a month ago?
Red? No.
One Piece,
Did
Red.
we?
I think so.
Oh, well, dude,
No, you're
that's
thinking
not
about
what
the
I
Red.
thought.
I thought it was the Red Panda movie too.
Yeah, isn't that movie called Red?
It's called Turning Red.
I mean,
Oh, that's what I thought you were talking about. When did that movie come out?
That came out this year too.
Did it really?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. Yeah.
So, yeah, I would say looking at a list of the animated movies that came out this year, Puss in Boots is in the top like tier.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, because there was a lot of average stuff and stuff that was pretty bad.
Yeah, but there always
But
is, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I would say, yeah, it's up there with them.
So you all tell me, like, in your opinion, like, what's the audience for this movie? And why don't you go first, Oz? Tell me, who do you feel like the audience of this movie is?
I'm gonna say anybody. Like it's a true. I mean, obviously family friendly. So obviously the kids, definitely the kids. But
Uh-oh. You're
as an
breaking up,
adult,
Oz. Say that last part again.
Obviously, definitely because it's an animation. Sorry, didn't mean to piss off Jay. Sorry, so obviously you got the kids, but I think parents and adults. I'm a grown ass man. I love this movie. Took the wife to it. She loved it too. It's funny. It's entertaining. It's well written. I think you learn some valuable lessons along the way. Sometimes you don't have to wish for stuff to get what you want. Sometimes it was there all along.
There it is. I saw Tiger Claw's comments and Puss in Boots was basically Zorro as a cat. I don't know if that's 100% true. Tiger Claw,
like
he has a sword,
but not the movie. Well, it's
I mean, he's literally played by Zorro.
Yeah.
Hey, how dare you?
Like the worst
Antonio.
Zorro. But
whoa! How
Zorro.
dare you? Are you talking? Man, listen. What you're not
been a lot of
Zorro.
How many Zorros have there been?
What you're not gonna do is talk bad about Mr. Antonio Banderas on my show. That's not what you're gonna do. Okay, sir? Okay?
No, I love Antonio Banderas. Like, the 13th Warrior was amazing.
Also, don't forget, Antonio Banderas didn't play technically Zorro. He played the backup, like the second. What's his face was Zorro.
Yeah, but he became Zorro. Zorro isn't
he's
one
not
man.
the original. He's the copy, and copies aren't always as good as the original.
I love that movie. That movie's so fun. I remember being so excited to see that joint. Yeah, man. Friggin' anyway. I'm sorry. Like that's the only I would say that was probably the biggest disappointment for me not getting to see the movie, just because I was like, dude, I really enjoy Antonio Banderas as an actor, just to him doing stuff, and I was like excited for the opportunity to see him in a full Puss in Boots movie because I hadn't seen that yet, but I wasn't able to get there, and so I was like,
I'll say this because we can't just throw nothing but love on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And this is probably on purpose, but at the beginning, before he comes to the realization that he could die, dude is just like unbearable, over the top. Like his shit does not stink, and he knows it. Like everybody, like there's a whole song about how everybody loves him, and it's just it's. I was getting worried because it's at the beginning, and it was starting to get a little bit annoying. But having like once you get through the character progression, you see that was probably done on purpose. But there is those first few minutes, like some people will like walk out if it starts getting stupid in like the first 10-15 minutes. So I just want to put that out there that it was probably done on purpose. He's supposed to be obnoxious and annoying because character growth.
There you go. So Jay, what about you, man? What would you say the audience for this movie is?
5 single guys and a dad with his 2 kids that weren't as annoying as they could have been.
That's who was in the theater with him.
Wait, what? Is that who's in the theater with you, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
No, when you say 5 single guys, you mean like it was literally just a group
They were
of 5
on their
dudes
own.
Like
5 individual guys.
and a dad with 2 kids who that weren't as annoying as they could have been. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean that's a positive, right? They weren't as annoying.
Yeah.
What time did you? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I went
you go ahead.
work, so it was like 4:00.
Okay.
Or 4 something.
Yeah. Got you, man.
On a Wednesday.
Okay. Well, on a Wednesday. There it is. Okay. Interesting indeed. So, okay, cool. Well, listen. Anything else you all want to say about Puss in Boots: The Last Wish before we rate it?
The resolution to the 3rd act breakup was kind of cool.
Okay. I will.
Normally that whole thing sucks.
What do you mean by 3rd act breakup?
Like when the 2 fight and then the main group will fight and then they
kind
of separate.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yeah, it's a little tough because I watched it a month ago.
Right.
I don't know how. I don't know why. I just saw advanced screening. I thought, oh, it's probably like a week early. And next thing I know, it's coming out like a month later. I'm like, oh, shit, okay.
Yeah, that's what happens. Yeah, so okay,
so
cool.
Yeah, let's rate it.
Right. Let's rate it. Oscore, why don't you tell us what would you rate Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
5. I'm telling anybody that can go watch it. It's fun, it's funny, it's entertaining. It's not 3 hours long.
That's fair. Jay, what would you rate Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
I will give it a 4. Like it is really good. Just a few minor nitpicks with it, but it's overall just a really great movie, and I love the wolf really a lot. I like him.
There it is. Okay. Well, I would rate your review of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish 4.5. Great job, fellas. Y'all brought some insight and actually got me more excited to see it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Look, this Puss in Boots. Look, Antonio was probably enough for me, and it does look cool. Like, I mean, when you see the trailer, the trailer looks good, but and I guess also too, just the revelation that it's not like the 3rd one. For whatever reason, I thought it was like the 3rd Puss in Boots, but it's being the 2nd one. I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know. I should have.
Antonio, I don't know if this is off color or not, but he really put his heart into the performance.
Okay.
Because he had a heart attack, and it made him think about his mortality. And so we put that into the character who is doing the same thing.
Indeed. I should ask Oz because Jay. You sounded like you enjoyed the movie thoroughly, despite not having seen the original Puss in Boots. But Oz, do you feel as though you get more out of this particular viewing experience if you have seen the original movie or the Shrek sequel where he's introduced, or do you feel like you could come into this fresh and it doesn't matter?
No, this one stands alone pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, look, you get the basic rundown of who he is at the beginning when he's obnoxious, and obviously he's a Zorro but a cat. I mean, he's the outfit and the way he fights and everything. Yeah, they let you know up front who he is and what he does. And I remember liking the first movie. Can't tell you what happens in it. Like I just don't remember it. I remember Kitty Softpaw.
It's 11 years ago.
I remember her.
Like, well, oh, we know you do, pervert.
But like, she's I'm pretty sure she's the only returning character. I don't remember if Goldilocks and the Three Bears was in that. In fact, I'm pretty sure they weren't. So yeah, she's the only returning character, and even with her, they give you a little history between her and Puss in Boots, and actually, what they give you is like what happened between the last movie and this movie. So it doesn't even reference the first movie.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, like there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and as we can see, say what?
Did Moses watch it?
Listen, I was gonna say wishes do come true because Moses Magnum is here. What up, Moses?
What's up?
Oh,
ask me if I watched it.
You're gonna...
Wait, what did he say?
He said, "Ask if he watched Puss in Boots."
Did you watch Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, or do you hate pussy?
Fuck you! I'm not. What the fuck am I gonna do watching that? Like, I'm as pathetic as that dude with the less annoying 2 kids. Like,
wait, why is that guy pathetic? He's taking his kids to go see a movie.
That ain't his kid. That's his custody week, and he's got nothing to do because they had all the fun at Christmas time with the stepdaddy.
Oh, jeez. Wait a minute now. That's messed up.
That's what happened. Jay, is that not what happened?
Well, it came out. That was before Christmas, on the 22nd.
When you saw it like that? Okay.
Yeah.
So they wanted to get their custody time out of the way so they could really hang out with real daddy. The one that pays the price.
Or the 21st. Right.
Yeah, no, I'm not watching no. Yeah, I ain't watching no fucking Puss in Boots. Like, I'm Avatar. Like, look, if we want to get views, we talk about Avatar. No,
we're talking about Puss in Boots.
Yeah, we talked about Avatar. Nobody liked it. Next.
Well, I won't say nobody liked it. I'll say that we didn't see it. We talked about not seeing it and not necessarily being excited to see it. I don't know. Are you excited to see Avatar, Mo?
Fuck no. I already got my underwater man movie, and his name is like Kukulkan. God. Yeah, the way of water, like I don't need to see no blue people. Like one of my clients tried to sell me on this, talking about like, oh yeah, the water people have thicker, longer, girthier tails, and they made a joke about it. I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like that sounds like the porn parody Avatar.
Yeah.
I think Mo froze. Oh, there he is.
So yeah, here I am. But yeah, I didn't watch Puss in Boots. I didn't want to. I haven't seen any. I've never seen any of the Shrek movies. Like So I definitely don't
You've
want
never
to see
seen
Puss.
any of the Shrek movies? Like, not even the first one?
No, what the fuck for?
First
There's
Shrek's pretty
subpar
fun.
animation. I mean, I have other funny things to watch. I like Larry David.
Got it. I do like Larry David too.
Yeah, I'm a
So,
grown up.
okay.
I don't need to watch Shrek. Yeah.
You're a grown up. Okay.
Not
Look.
when it came out.
I know. That's really true.
I was grown as fuck when it came out. I had my license to drink and everything.
Your license to
2001?
drink up.
Yeah, I was grown.
You're
I was
younger than
grown.
me. I was 21 when Shrek came out.
Right, I was 18. I could already drink.
That's true.
Not in America. Well, maybe in New Orleans.
in the Mexican neighborhoods, yeah.
Yeah. They used to give me booze on credit.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, so there we go. Shout out to Big Man 24/7 in chat. He mentioned that he said, "My mind is blown. I just saw Stan Lee is 100 today."
Well,
Which,
not really.
yeah, it is Stan Lee's birthday, and I was with Moses. We were talking about this earlier today, and I'm just like, man, like the world without Stan Lee, like post Stan Lee, is definitely the darkest timeline.
I think that's what did it.
But
That's why the MCU's gone downhill because we don't have any more cameos.
Nah, the reality's gone downhill.
yeah, man. But shout out to Stan Lee.
The dude that could be Bruce Wayne is just running Twitter, and he's not even fixing the algorithm.
Is that Elon Musk that could be Bruce Wayne? Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah. I mean, he posts pictures of himself like watching over with the bat signal. Like, this is what it feels like someday. And I'm like, dude, fix the algorithm and you'll be fine. Like, I see more tweets about people that Joe follows than what Joe tweets. And I actually follow Joe. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see what Joe tweets.
But he doesn't. Does he? I don't know.
If he doesn't, then I won't see it. I don't want to see who he follows. If I wanted to see them, I'd follow them.
That's true.
He can't fix that. He could put a car in space, allegedly, but not but not fix that algorithm.
Yeah. So happy birthday, Stan.
Putting a car in space is easy. Put on a rocket and point up,
It's easier to just say you did and not do it.
But it has video. There's like a webcam on it.
Look, there's tons of video of everything on Twitter. Some of it's fake, according to Elon Musk. Most of it is fake. That's why he took over. I think his is fake too.
His hair's fake.
Oh, I know his hair's fake. He's not that rich to grow hair.
Lawrence, you've seen those pictures, right? Of him before he was a billionaire and him after, and like his hairline's completely different.
Yeah. I have not.
It's the best fucking rug I've ever seen. Cause
it looks real, but it ain't. I know it ain't. Because if he wouldn't be doing the Twitter fixing the algorithm.
Yeah, whatever procedure Trump got, Elon Musk paid double.
That's funny. No, I've never once thought about Elon Musk's hair. So I don't know. Maybe I'll take a look at that after the show.
We probably should move on to Retroverse.
Yeah, let's do it. Look, Moses. Now that we have you here,
hey, don't ask me.
Don't
ask me. I didn't think I'd be out here today.
So I was going to ask you to.
I'm just here.
I was going to ask you
to what?
To play review music.
To what? Play review music.
Play review music.
Okay. No, wrong one.
Review.
Like
Review.
well, not like that, but like
Yay. That makes me happy. All right, gentlemen. Let's talk about Retroverse number 1. Jay, you want to tell us a little bit about what this book is about?
Yeah, it's about this girl who goes out partying, and the next day she can fight monsters because she's a monster herself.
The end.
Yeah, that's it. That plus
And
bad art.
damn. Wow, Jay. Tell us how you really feel. Oh my god. Okay. Well, there it is.
Sort of bad art.
Sort of bad art. Now, why do you say sort of, Oz? What?
The majority, I see what he's talking about. It's not great. I don't want to say it's horrible either. It's just not good. But like the monster at the beginning, like they took their time on that. That thing's got fucking lines everywhere,
Mm-hmm.
and like it's a little jarring because you got like the people, like I guess they're looking at the monster and it's all like fuzzy, like those filters we had in the 90s when you go to the mall and take glamour shots. Fuzzy, and there's not a lot of definition in their face. And then you
Yeah.
get the monster and it's like all like well drawn, and like it feels like two different people did this book.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I should mention that the story is by Cullen Bunn. The art is John Bivens, and it's lettered by Anna Peterson. So John Bivens did the art and the coloring. So I will say that I wasn't super stoked on the art, but you know me, like I can forgive art when I get a solid story. And I'm a fan of Cullen Buns, generally speaking, but this wasn't doing it, man. It's like, especially I think for like a first issue, because I know for myself, I'm just like, I want to feel invested in like characters. I want some world building. I want, like to feel invested, where it's like by the time I get to the end of issue 1, I want to be like, oh man, I need issue 2 like right now, ideally. And even if I don't, obviously not every issue 1 hits like that, but there's some that I'm just like, I'm curious. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it does just enough to make me want to know what's going to happen next. But this joint didn't land for me in that way at all. And I think it's mainly because I'm just like, what? Like, I don't know that I know what the book is about. Like I know what happens, but I'm not sure if I know what it's about. How do you all feel about that? Like, do you like, Jay? You actually talked about what happens, and you were succinct with it, which I don't think anything you said was wrong. But if I asked you like, what's this book about? What would you say?
It's about a girl finding out that she was a girl is abducted by aliens in order to fight these monsters that are invading Earth.
That seems about right.
Okay. I mean,
yeah, it's like, what's that movie that I love?
Skyline.
Yeah, it's like Skylines,
Wait, is that the movie
but
you were
like
thinking about?
bad.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Look,
Is
I know
Skylines?
Jay.
Is Skyline? No, I believe you. Apparently, you do, because I'm sitting here like I would. Skyline is not where I would have went, but yeah, is Skyline a good movie?
He loves it.
I love it, but I don't know if it's good.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, yeah, I mean, there are three of them, so someone likes
Right.
them.
Yeah.
Right.
But the thing is, it's
Yeah.
more of like overall they're good. The execution that you get isn't probably the best, but it's still an enjoyable experience. Like Sharknado.
Yeah. There's definitely at least a premise there. So, and I guess that's the whole thing where I'm not sure I felt like the premise was there for this book because, while I can agree with you and say like, yes, I definitely recognize that the aliens abducted or she was a part of an alien abduction because that does happen in the book. They sure don't make it feel like there's any like the way that the story is told and the way that the art is presented, that might have just been something that happened to her on the way to the monster fight. You know what I mean?
Well, it's basically implied that she died and that they kind of brought her back. That's why she's remembering things that never happened.
Wait, she died and they brought her back. What did she die from? Like alcohol poisoning?
They don't say.
Wait, because I'm sitting here like I did not get the fact that she died. I don't know. Like Oz, would you have felt like? Did you see that, or did you read, or was that your interpretation as well?
Passed out on the couch.
I was like, she died. I was like, huh.
Like,
Well, that's normally the answer because she's out with their friends, and then the next day her friends don't know who she is because they never knew her.
Because they never knew her.
Normally.
Wait, but then how does the dying factor into they never knew her? Like, when did she die then? Before she was born?
You can't die before you're born.
Well, Jay,
I mean,
I don't
no
look.
what,
You're saying it to me like it makes sense.
Right says
like
you have to be born before you can die.
So she died what? Like as a child or something? Like what?
No, probably as a teen.
A teen is a child?
She could have been born dead,
to you.
not like with a heartbeat.
But I'm just like, because I'm trying to figure out, because I know like that was a part of the book too. Like there's a lot of questions for this book, and not in a great way to me, because I was just like, I'm trying to figure out.
I'm just telling you what normally happens. Like I don't know when she died, but normally when you get that kind of dissonance, it's because the memories are false. The old memories are false. Implanted into the shell to help it function.
Or she's in an alternate dimension.
See, that's what I thought initially. Well, actually, that's not true. What I thought initially was time travel, because the first page, the way, and this goes back to like the art not being great, like the splash kind of page, splash page, like it's her telling, I guess the kid's name is it TJ or CJ? I don't remember, but in that picture, right, she's telling her buddy like, TJ, get the people out of here or whatever. And he's like, how do you know my name? But the way he's drawn, he looks like a kid to me. And so at that point,
or I know he's supposed to look the same, but he looks preppy because they changed his clothes. But he does look the same age.
But they're in high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay, like, I don't know, for whatever reason, she looked like grown.
That might have been the reason for the self-censorship.
Maybe. But he was grown, or she looked grown to me, and he looked like a kid.
No, they're all underage. Like, they're all the same age, underage, drinking, which they shouldn't be doing. Like, I mean, it's not that big a deal, honestly. Like, your brain fixes itself. Like, as long as you're not getting blackout drunk, then you should be fine.
Fantastic Forum does not promote underage drinking. Okay? Let me put that out there. Hey.
I promote it.
Hey.
Just be safe.
What?
Be in your
do that home. Do that on your music channel.
It's not even illegal to underage drink everywhere. Like, if you're in your home, you can underage drink legally in most states.
I just talked about how the liquor store gave it to me on credit.
So listen, okay. I don't
know my credit score.
What I can say is this: initially, like, I didn't know anything about any of their relationships at that initial point, because I'm just like, it's the first page or second page of the book. Afterwards, I'm like, oh, okay. I see that they're friends. I see they're in school together or whatever, and I'm realizing, like, okay, they're all in high school. But when it got to the point where, okay, she, like, no one knows who she is, it's like, yeah, I thought it was like maybe some kind of reality changing thing or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't get. Well, I got that. But then I thought that, and then I instantly dismissed it as wrong.
Why though? Why though?
Because she turned into a monster.
And that was the other thing, because I know for me, looking at, and again, this goes back to the art, I guess, maybe. But at the last page, I was looking at it, and I'm like, is she like organic, or is she like
she's an android?
She lost her skin. That's her muscle. Although I understand it's blue, but to me, it looks like when you draw someone with no skin, like just the muscles.
Like the Titan?
I don't know.
Yeah, like a Titan. It's just her muscles and blood isn't oxidized. It's like she has invisible skin, so it doesn't turn.
I don't know. When I saw it, I was getting Inhumanoid vibes.
Like the cartoon?
Yeah. Some of you might be too young to remember that show.
Hello. I think humanoids. We need that reboot still.
I'm old as fuck. What I can't tell you, like the way that this book was sold to me, because I was the one that suggested it in the group chat, and it was like, she's grown, and then she wakes up in a parallel dimension out of nowhere as a younger self. So she's older in her reality, younger in the new one, and that
doesn't come across at all.
Yeah, if that doesn't, like, I keep telling you, motherfuckers, don't read Colin Bunn. But
you do say that.
I'm the dude that doesn't like
You literally told us to read Colin Bunn.
I would not have
read
this.
I know. I did, because it's like, dude, this dude got. I think part of it is like, this is a Substack thing where he releases pages at a time as it happens. So part of that, you get some feedback, and they're like, "Oh, let's change this up a little bit as it goes." I don't know how much he does that. Brian K. Vaughan kind of does that. We reviewed that book a couple weeks back. Click the up here somewhere for that, but um I think this was one of those Substack things that where he was doing like a panel a day and getting feedback. That's why the art looks so jarringly different, even though it's the same guy. And I actually want to give Cullen Bunn a chance because he has stuff on. Well, he had stuff on Aftershock, which is now going under. But
Yeah.
it's maybe
Is
he's
the
not.
dog book getting an ending?
That's not. I don't think she's even working on comics anymore at all. Like, yeah. The animosity is not coming. Yeah, I don't know what's happening with that. And I blame comicsketchart.com. Like, it's their fault the way they treat their artists. It's their fault. Like, nobody's asking for her. The one that left them is now like working at the head of heavy metal, and there's a movie and TV show coming out of her stuff. As soon as she left comicsketchart.com, all that good stuff started happening. So, yeah.
Yeah. So, Mo, did you read the book?
I perused it. I tried to read it, and it was Cullen Bunn, but I did look at the art, and I did like.
Mm-hmm.
I felt how you felt, like the art was a little jarringly different in different pages, but in some, like how I said, like, oh, the monster looks really good in the first. That's where they put all the work. Everything else was like adequate. Like, I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was that bad, and I really liked the final picture, like her in that. So art wise, I have nothing to complain about. Like, I like it. I just the story itself, like you said, like the way they told it to me, this was suggested by one of my clients. It's like, oh, he should read this book. Like, I told him to use Comixology as a service, and he's like, he did it, and he's like, oh, they have this on. So I figured I got to do it now because this is what he liked there from there. It's like, so I gotta, I gotta put my money where my mouth is, even though money is dirty. But I have dirtier things half the time. So, but yeah. So, and I really like that last picture, even as confusing as it is to you guys. I didn't think like I didn't mind it being that confusing. I watched like Animorphs and Beast Machines and all that. So,
yeah, definitely looks like Beast Machines.
Yeah, that's what it is. So, and it's like Al said, like it just looks like her musculature without the skin, and the colors are like, if she's gonna fuck somebody up, I want those colors to be what I see, not the regular just blood and mucus that humans are.
Yeah, I was just it was very like, I mean, like I mentioned, I'm a fan of Cullen Bunn's, generally speaking. He's done like a fair amount of X-Men stuff that I've. No, I am like
But you don't read
done,
it
like I said.
Everything that you read that he does for himself, you don't like.
Like what?
Like Retroverse.
Well, yeah, but that's one thing. Like, what else has he done that I didn't like? Like, I don't. You're the
what
one
else
that
have you
like
read
him.
that was? I know I hate him. Yeah, I don't like his X-Men stuff, and he's
Yeah, but
I always I read his Dark Force stuff. I read his Aftershock stuff. I read his like Dynamite stuff, and Dark Arc is the only thing I think that I like of his, and I still didn't stick with that. And Dark Arc, I think, is amazing. I think that's
right.
The only reason I would give this a shot, because it's like, okay, this is his next creator-owned book after Dark Arc, but you don't even know what Dark Arc.
I don't know what Dark Arc is. No.
Yeah, because you're not a Cullen Bunn fan. Like, you just like what when he's got a good editor, you like him. But when he's like out, letting it all wag out. Like you know.
Well, I can be a fan of him with a good editor. Like all comics should have a good editor if you can afford it, right?
Maybe. Who knows?
It's
I am,
like the way
I am taking a class on comic book editing in the new year, so I'll let you know. Like, maybe that's what these independent comics need is a good editor.
100%. They definitely need good editors. Like, but that's the whole thing where I'm just like, I don't know. Like that to me, that sounds like messing around and saying like, oh man, look, you like him when he has like a good colorist. And it's like, well, yeah, like good colors make better comics. So, but and don't get me wrong, I definitely read majority of his like, I guess mainstream or big two stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the X-Men stuff he's done, I enjoyed for the most part, and I think he did the Sinestro book for a little while. Like, so I was reading that,
that
and
good?
liked that. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know. You remember that Sinestro book, Oz?
The what? The one shot?
Sinestro. No. Remember, Sinestro had a book, didn't he?
Not an ongoing. I can remember.
He didn't have an ongoing.
I like Cullen Bunn when he does Sinestro on when Cullen Bunn does Sinestro on Marvel Snap. It's tight.
Yeah, there was like he did 23 issues.
Oh, Sinestro?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. So,
but were those books even like? I mean, I know you like them, but are they even like noteworthy?
What does that mean? Like, are they noteworthy? Like, what do you mean?
I don't know what you say. Like, oh, yeah. Jonathan Hickman did these Fantastic Four or Kieran Gillen this X-Men Legends. Like, is anybody saying, oh, Cullen Bunn did these X-Men books, these Sinestro books?
I don't think anybody is talking about Cullen Bunn's Sinestro thing, his Sinestro work. I don't think, but at the same time, look, if Oz doesn't even remember the series existed, I'm gonna go ahead and say no. No one is not renowned work apparently.
I'm seeing pictures.
I remember him
now, and I don't.
I remember Oz reading them. I remember you reading them and complaining to Larry about it.
Well,
and it's like I'm like, man, Oz is reading like I haven't seen Oz this like entrenched in X-Men shit since like Cable came back in like 20.
Wait, are you talking about? Wait, now why? Wait, Oz was reading the Cullen Bunn X-Men book.
I was reading X-Force.
I remember him talking about. Yeah, and I remember him talking about Sinister stuff. Like Sinister was doing weird shit. I assumed that was Cullen Bunn doing.
No, not Sinister. Sinestro.
Oh yeah, that too.
No, not Sinister. Sinestro. Yeah. No. The friggin' Yellow Lanterns.
That's a host of a different color.
You're right, right. But I was saying, like, if Oz doesn't even really remember the book, then yeah. But I mean, Cullen Bunn was doing X-Men Blue for a while, which was the team.
Blue.
No, one of the iterations of the original X-Men team when the original X-Men team came into the friggin' current timeline. You know what I'm talking about? Or am I just talking to myself here? Am I being a lonely X-Men fan?
No,
I know.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay, good. Good. I'm sitting here like, oh, it's like I need to.
That's when Bob was friggin'.
Right. So even though I think Cullen Bunn's work was after that. So I think because I'm pretty sure that Bendis was the one that did the Iceman turning gay stuff, or revealing that he was gay. But
that was pretty funny.
Why is it funny?
No,
I was gonna
that's
say
just
like
like
that's
he had a
Cullen. That's why he had
conversation
evil.
with Jean Grey where he's like, dude, I don't know why everyone likes you. And she's like, because you're gay.
Oh man,
Wow, the art in these books is horrible.
Sinestro.
That's probably why I blocked these from my mind. Jesus.
Yeah. It's funny in the latest X-Men annual, like just talking about about Bobby being gay. They there's a whole bunch of things that the X-Men team has to deal with, like basically not like threats. And you know, Iceman is part of the current X-Men team. And it's really funny because one of the things they have to one of the people they have to take care of is By Beast, and which is a character that's literally like a big dude that has like a head stacked on top of another head, so he has like two heads, so they call him By Beast. And it's just so funny because Bobby's getting ready to make a joke, and Jean Grey like stops him. It's just hilarious because like there's all this innuendo like every time they cut to him trying to make like By Beast jokes, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny, and it's a really that's a good book. Look up. If you were a bigger Cullen Bunn fan, you get it, Moses.
So, do we have anything else to say about
if you would have put
Retroverse?
it in the pre-production thing, I would have read it. Yeah, this is definitely one of those things that solidifies my non-love. I don't want to say hate for Cullen Bunn. It's non-love because I did read Dark Arc and that was great, and that's why I always like. There was a time where I just avoided all his books. And now I give him all a chance, and it's because of Dark Arc. And you got to check that out. But that's the only good thing he's done.
Is Dark Arc one of the Substack stuff?
No, that's like I think it's either a AWA, like, or either an Upshot thing, or it's the Aftershock, like one of the early
Aftershock.
Yeah. And that is actually like the first two issues are just really good, even though they don't go anywhere. They do the world building like what you're missing in this,
Right.
And so and the art is good. Like it's not like amazing, but it fits the tone of the book. Like it's just the first two issues of Dark Arc are just like one of the best made books in my opinion in a long time. Like they just fit so well, and now I'm over here getting Dark Horse Cullen. Like I become a Cullen Bunn fan just because like I give everything he does like the number one's a shot now, and I hate it like because Dark Arc never finished either. Yeah, so, yeah,
and that's
like,
Arc.
I'll say it again, sorry.
No, I was gonna say that's Arc like Noah's Ark, or Arc like the Ark of history.
Yeah. Basically, like how God told Noah, the devil also told somebody, "Hey, you gotta save these things."
That does sound awesome.
Yeah, and that's a selling point, like right there for me, because it's alternate history, like, and it's potentially like accurate. There's two sides to that God coin, but and it just the when you read the book, you don't even get that sense like, oh, it's just like anti-Christianity shit. It just works well, and it's a well put together book that I wish would just, I may be wrong and it did finish and I just don't know, but judging by chapter 11 and Aftershock, like I think I could buy it for like $40. So
yeah, okay.
Expect more Aftershock content in 2023 if all goes well. That's true.
All right. I think it's time for us to rate this stuff. Hopefully, Jay will come back by the time we get through our ratings. But Oz, let's start with you, man. What would you rate Retroverse number 1?
I had 3. Like you said, it didn't make me really want to pick up the next one. I don't want to say it's horrible. It's fine. It's just not compelling, or didn't want to read anymore.
Right. Moses Magnum, based on what you saw from Retroverse number 1, what would you rate it?
The art I didn't mind, and your review of it is pretty adequate. That's kind of like the little bit I read, and it's what I expect from Cullen Bunn. So it is about like a 3, 2.5. Like I just I was trying to find other things on Comixology, and the way Comixology works, it sucks, and it's been a tough year for Comixology.
It really has.
That's kind of why I wanted to. This is the first thing it showed me for originals, and it's like literally like I'm subscribed to Richard Starkings, Scott Snyder, Brian K. Vaughan, Kelly Sue DeConnick. Like I'm subscribed to them through Amazon, like just as people that exist on Amazon. And you're suggesting this to me? Like this was the suggestion? All right, I'll tear this shit apart, So yeah. It's an algorithm. Like I don't mind AI or algorithm. Just I want it to be my best friend. I want to domesticate AI to be my dog. Amazon's like the leading one here. They're fucking shit up. I can't get Amazon. I can't cancel Amazon Music. Like I literally I booted up my old iPad, my first iPad, and the music was ready to go. Oh, this is everything you like here. Boom. Had the best playlist. Discovered 5 new bands today, and it's just because I like one band. Amazon couldn't do that in a 3-month trial. What the fuck? What's the whole point of them doing the deal with the CIA? The CIA. The next big Bin Laden's gonna be DiCaprio and Catch Me. You're never gonna find the next big threat if you're relying on Amazon.
So 2.5.
How's that? I was happy to get Joe to come back, and Joe's back. All right, here we go. Yeah.
He's back. Hey. Jay,
So,
what would you rate Retroverse number 1?
I would give it a 2. I wasn't really feeling it.
Yeah. As for myself, I would give it a 2 as well. Like I said, I actually generally like Cullen Bunn's work, and I'm shocked. I'm more shocked to hear that this is a Substack subscription thing. Like if I was on somebody's Substack and this is what I got, even if it was a panel a day or whatever, I would be really disappointed. So I'm not
100% sure that's what it was, but I think that would
fake news, bro. I heard Cullen Bunn's Substack is subpar. No, I heard this fool's out here giving the people trash for their subscription money. No, I already tweeted it, so hopefully he won't be too mad. Right, exactly. We're taking all your Fantastic Forum millions and using it on freaking methamphetamines.
We're raping you $5 at a time.
Wow. I don't know if I would have said it like that, but
But
anyway, 2.
If you're on Patreon, you want
it. 2, because Cullen Bunn can do better, man. So we'll see what happens, I guess. Well, y'all can see if you want, because I'm not looking for issue 2. So all right.
Jay, I do want to ask Jay, how hard was it to find this book on Comixology? You're a Comixology user. It's been a rough year for Comixology.
I found it pretty simply.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't hard to find.
Okay. Was it suggested to you?
No.
Okay.
Like some of the other originals are on the banner. Like I don't think Retroverse is on the banner, or I didn't see it. But when I typed it in, it came up right away.
All right. It was on my email. Like, hey,
Your
you should
email.
read this. Yeah. And I don't know. Comixology is a weird thing. It had a weird year, and I do want to do a year in because you use it fairly regularly still, right?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
Yeah. Okay. I want to hear your take on it, but that's a whole other thing. We might have to hang out, have some drinks, eat some food, talk some shit for that.
Okay.
Indeed.
That sounds fun.
So let's move on to our final book, Batman Spawn #1. I guess I can talk about what this book is. This is Batman and Spawn coming together for I should say, their first crossover since 1993, which is crazy to think. But yeah, and
Well, I hear it's really hard to get like crossovers with Batman. Like DC is really protective of the license.
oh yeah. I mean, look, how can you be mad at them for that? But realistically, intercompany crossovers, generally speaking, only happen every so often, right? It's like, but
And with Spawn, they're like extra complicated because like you got to talk directly to the dude. and
with Todd McFarlane,
T-Mac, like if he's feeling it, he'll do it. Like he'll do whatever if he's feeling it. Half the time he's like, yeah, I just don't think that's gonna be good right now. Like I don't want to do it,
But that's not complicated. That's simple, right?
Well, but it's him. Like it's easier to go through a board of directors sometimes than to go to the main guy. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because they're focusing on different things. Like the main guy is like, how good is it gonna be? Like, or how bad is it gonna be? Like, who's gonna be working on it? Like, imagine like, even like trying to get something done with us. Like, you got to go through 4 dudes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we don't see eye to eye on everything. Like, we rarely see eye to eye on anything. So it's definitely like if there was one dude that just ruled us, it'd be easier. Just go to the one dude and make those 4 assholes do what they got to do.
There it is.
It's like I don't want half of those dudes working on this. Can you just get 2 of them? And then if the main dude's like, yeah, all right, then that's it. Yeah.
So Batman Spawn #1 is Batman and Spawn re-teaming up, even though this is in the continuity of this comic, this is the first time that they've ever teamed up. There you go. There, like Oz got the book jumping off.
This one glows in the dark. I just wanted to show that off.
Oh, does it really? That's awesome.
Yeah, I can see it.
But I don't want to turn off the lights.
I'm waiting for my wife.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
Well, but only the green parts glow in the dark. Which
we figured.
I'm a little bit annoyed that I haven't, as far as I know, there isn't a Green Lantern book that does that. Which, like, if you're gonna do whatever,
dude, there's not a Green Lantern book in the 90s with a glow in the dark cover. I don't believe that.
I don't.
Where DC knows what it's doing.
That's interesting. Okay, but and in this story, this story. It's written by Todd McFarlane, art by Greg Capullo, and
with ink by McFarlane too.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that. But it is the story of the Court of Owls bringing these two characters together for the purpose of trying to open some sort of portal. And they need, I think they only need Batman's soul to do it, but Spawn is there.
Well, I think like Batman is the only one left with a soul that's at least not corrupted or something like that.
Right.
So,
but yeah,
he's the only character in this book with any humanity left in him.
It's a weird read because, and it's interesting because obviously, I think all of us here are generally speaking, are fans of Todd McFarlane. What are you showing us here, Jay? What's that?
The glow in the
Green
dark.
Lantern with the glow in the dark cover.
Yeah.
Oh, and when was that published?
1980.
Well, it's number 50, so
That's not really Green Lantern. I mean, that's Parallax.
The title. The publishing title. The publishing title is Green Lantern.
It all ends here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, well there you go, Oz. Now you know what to go dig into the bins for.
Yeah, I feel old as fuck because I was there when Lloyd bought that.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Look, now you know who to ask for it.
Yeah, I think he
get in
still
touch
has
with Lloyd.
Forget Lloyd. I get it for $8.
Yeah.
Lloyd would have given it to you for $5, but not anymore.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but shipping and $2. Oh, ebook.
Oh,
that's dumb.
I was like, I remember being at his house and he's explaining me that whole story, like, and I'm thinking like,
Parallax.
Yeah, the whole thing, like that's just tight. Like, hey, he got it after the fact too. It wasn't even like when it was happening. Yeah, we were teenagers. Mm-hmm. He's like, I'm making my collection. I was like, in my mind, I'm like, man, why are you collecting all the junk? Like, I like the story. I just read it and then just discard it. Like, I just like the knowledge, the stories. But he left there.
I got the same look from a comic shop guy because I was digging through his bins looking for some Superior Spider-Man issues I was missing.
Oh man,
Superior! That's a great series.
I thought so, but apparently I was wrong that day.
You know how you don't get anybody? You know how you don't get anybody looking at you all weird? If you just get them on Comixology. I got them all for like $15.
Yeah, but no, I want like to hold it.
I
want to turn the lights out and just see this glowing in the corner.
If I can't do that on Comixology,
well, you can't do it with Superior Spider-Man. Superior Spider-Man don't got no glow in the dark cover.
Oh, it'll glow in the dark now.
Yeah, like with a UV light after you jizz on it.
Okay. Thank you.
Like, so,
getting it.
All of my comics can do that.
So, yeah, man. Speaking of jizz, Todd McFarlane wrote the book.
Ectoplasm?
Necroplasm, right, exactly. And like, I will say that, personally, I'm like, I'm a fan of Todd McFarlane and have a lot of respect for him generally. But man, like, this book, I was just like,
are we really ending the year with bad reviews?
Dude, hey, I'm just as shocked as you are just because I'm not, me, like, it's easy for me to find the good and stuff. But I was reading this book today and I was like, man, like I don't know that I can read Todd McFarlane anymore. Like, like his style has aged poorly for me. And I'm just like, man, like, and that's like, I hold this stuff. Is like, when they were talking about this Spawn relaunch, I was so excited for it. And all those books, which I can't say that I read one issue of every one of the books, but the first like 2 or 3 that came out, I was just like, I can't read these books.
Well, my part, if you saw my video review, click here. But it was like, it didn't feel like a relaunch. I felt like I had been reading it for 30 years, which was part of what happened. You know, so it's like, I know I dropped in at like the 100 mark and the 200 mark, so I kind of knew like there were certain things that didn't change, and I'm like, oh wow, like I feel like this is, you know. And then there's other parts where it's like, I have no idea who this is, you know, like I don't know if, like, the Jessica Priest is she Spawn, you know. I read the manga one where there was the she Spawn there, and it's like, that ain't the same she, right? No, you know, like, so yeah, it's Todd's doing weird things. Like time is moving different for him than us.
Oz, you read this book. What did you think? What were your thoughts on it? Like, am I like, tell me that I'm just not comprehending things.
I enjoyed it.
Okay.
For the most part, I got what they were doing. I don't know what portal to what they were trying to open. I thought they were trying to get Spawn to kill Batman. Like, that's originally what I thought, and then they start talking about this special portal. Like, I thought they just told Spawn, "Hey, there's this creature of the night, and he can get your dead wife back if you go through him, just to get him to kill one another, or get Spawn to kill Batman." I don't know what that. It feels like there's pages missing. Like,
right.
Like suddenly they're talking to the Joker, and he starts talking about Joseph Kerr. I'm like, did my pages stick together? What, like, who the hell said that name? I don't like.
All that happened off screen.
Yeah, I'm not even sure like why they were talking to the Joker in the first place, to be honest.
Right.
And then he was nonsense.
Right.
Capullo loves the faceless Joker thing. I mean, visually it's interesting, but I was glad when
I mean, he created them, so that's where he's gonna go for the design. And, you know, granted, it is a striking design. Like, for design wise, like, if they tell you that's Joker, like, you know,
it's a good design.
It takes off the face, and you can still see the features. Like, you still see that's the Joker, but it's all like that, like Retroverse.
Right, exactly. Looks like a Titan.
Listen, there's a lot of parts in this book that were just weird, and like, I thought maybe, look, I read some of King Spawn. I think I read like the first 5 or 6 books. Dude, those are dense. Like, there's a lot going on in those books. Those are rough to get. It's a good story, but it's a slog sometimes, and it feels like it was
trying to catch you up because they know you haven't read the last 300 issues.
Yeah. And so this book feels like they edited him down, but they're still maybe they edited it too much, because, like I said, I felt like I was missing stuff. Like, wait, why are we here? Why is this going on? Okay, so they get this information. Wait, now what's happening? Okay, I understand dead zones, but like, what?
Yeah.
You know, like, it was.
Yeah, and oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
But overall, I enjoyed it. Like, when it's really just Spawn and Batman doing their thing and getting together to foil the bad guys, it gets interesting. I don't know what the hell is happening in that last page or last couple of pages where, like, like did they reappear in the because Spawn and Batman are from different universes.
Right.
I think they even say like in Spawn's universe, it's Spawn because like Superman gets killed early or something like that. And then like suddenly the wives, Spawn's wife and Martha can't. He loved his dad too. It's not just Martha. He has a happy family. It wasn't just.
Why did you say that name?
And like for decades, he's had the pearls. Like that was weird too. Like suddenly, he's been through that Ellie a million times, and now he's just seeing that pearl. Like, okay, I like it.
It's so weird. It's so weird. Okay, and in fairness, there are answers to some of the questions that you proposed just now, Oz. The Dead Zone one is not one of them that's provided in the book. You have to like remember that from Spawn. Even though I guess technically it does say that it gives you, I guess, enough information in the sense that they say the Dead Zone, like
right, it just takes away his
powers.
Yeah.
But you don't know why that's the case if you don't
potion.
remember it from Spawn. So, which is kind of sad, but hey,
it's just it's just weird. Like it's like suddenly he lost reception to his
right,
or whatever.
Right.
Like, his cape like droops down. I like the image because he's like all badass, and then next panel it's like all droopy down. And he's like kind of looking up.
Yeah. All right, that's how it was back in the day. So it's pretty funny. Jay, what'd you think of this book?
It was okay. Like it was real middle of the road for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like they throw a lot of stuff at you, which is kind of intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
If you care, but I'm not sure how much they like. It feels like they're already expecting me to care,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of do, but at the same time, when there's so much that I don't know, I'm like, yeah. And I like the shoelace that was there.
Which is so weird because that story technically didn't or hasn't happened, or it doesn't seem like it. I don't know.
It never
But yeah,
existed.
the shoelace was there.
How you guys are saying it, like that never existed.
Right.
Yeah, they're definitely acting like it's the first time they've met. But realistically, with all the dimensional shenanigans, there's no guarantee that these are the Spawn and Batman that we know. Like, it might not be DC's Batman or the Batman we're used to. Like, it could be someone, a different Batman.
That's kind of like my question that I wanted to ask you guys, where it's like, did it feel that it has any like weight in terms of continuity for either an or? And
No.
I guess Jay answered it, yeah. And that's what I wouldn't want. Like when you mentioned like something like a shoelace, like the shoelace was a consequence in Spawn comics,
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't a consequence in Batman comics, but it's like, hey, even in the Spawn comics, you're like, oh shit, like yeah, what happens, and you're gonna there's a consequence to it, And that was the fun of having your Neil Gaiman's, your Alan Moore's, your Frank Miller's writing on Spawn. Like they would create shit that would like cause waves, and if you're really gonna do like a thing with DC where it doesn't, it's like, well, you know what, Todd McFarlane, why don't you just be like Jim Lee and sell out to DC too? Fuck it. I'll take a Sigor Black Label book. Yeah.
Not written by Todd McFarlane.
Yeah. But or a Creech. Like, I mean, you already got like Capullo. Give me a Creech book, an ongoing Creech book, or look, I'll take a 3-issue Black Label Creech book. Creech was a shit. You know, I'll take a Creech book. You know, a Salmon Twitch like, miniseries Black Label. I'll take that. Like, go McFarlane. Give you all your get fucked by Warners. Do it.
Now I will say,
in a Black Label book for them.
Yeah, totally. Because that's low grade. Like they have all the freedom now, and they're not doing it. Why do it for Black Label?
Okay.
That's what from what I hear from you guys. That's what this Spawn Batman book feels like.
And it's like Black that's why you would be for kids. Like I would want an adult Salmon Twitch book.
How is Black Label for kids?
Well, it's all censored to keep them safe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
About the bat.
So, yeah, of course. He's like, and that makes it because they don't show full frontal peen. That makes it a kid's book.
Look, if I'm paying $8 for a book that's oversized that doesn't fit into my comic box, I want to see the full penis head. I want to know that the Bruce Wayne is Jewish.
The bat bris.
Yeah, in America, that's just an America thing at this point, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. 48% of Americans are minorities, and 48% of minorities aren't circumcised. So you can't call that America.
From what I understand, they wanted to get me, and my dad like almost punched the doctor for even suggesting. Like, fuck away with that knife.
It's just an aesthetic thing because some chicks don't like uncut penises. Like, that's a whole other bullshit. That's a whole other show for 2023 on Patreon. You all about circumcision issues, whether it's brutality or aesthetic change.
So I can say
I lost my
that, you know, I know that Todd McFarlane wasn't trying to do this book unless he had Greg Capullo on it, which I could totally understand from his perspective. And again,
this isn't
huge
Capullo's
fan.
Best.
Well, that's what I was about to get to.
Sorry.
This is no. I'm just like I'm a huge fan of Greg Capullo. I think his art's amazing. This is definitely not his best work, and I'm just like, dude. And here's the thing, I'm like, you know, with it not being fantastic writing from Todd, at the same time, I feel like this is probably like Todd McFarlane doing what the best he can in this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like he didn't bring his A game to this book, but Greg Capullo definitely did not bring his A game, and it's crazy because I'm not sure that Greg Capullo remembers how to draw Spawn, like, which is sad to say about a Batman Spawn book, but the Batman books, like, you can tell he's been drawing Batman a lot more often as of late than he's been drawing Spawn, because there's some pictures where I'm just like, why does Spawn look like that? Like, Spawn looks like full of like Prowler. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, that's not cool, man. Like, this you got Spawn looking like a fill-in issue of Spider-Man over here, and that is messed up. And I'm just like, dude, like, I get it. Like, he doesn't draw Spawn as often as he used to, but dude, it's wild. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, I mean, I know that he's drawing a lot of stuff. I'm sure, like, I'm sure it's time constraints.
No,
but it's not good.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, and this is like, I'm speaking to everybody on the line here, every comic book nerd listening to me. Like, The dude is an avid weightlifter. Once you start lifting weights, your hands don't work the same when you want to do what you want to do. I used to compete in Guitar Hero tournaments. I couldn't do it once I started weightlifting. So I had to decide, do I want to keep weightlifting or be good at Guitar Hero? I picked weightlifting. That's why I'm the success I am now. But um yeah, I'm more success than Guitar Hero because there ain't nothing happening with Guitar Hero. But that's the thing. It's like he's like really trying. Like Larry, you and I saw him at LA Comic Con. Dude was
We
jacked,
did.
cut like 3% body
Yeah, he
fat.
was.
It's like, you're not gonna draw good when you have to. Your hand has to be steady. Like you're literally you got to pump the whole day. Your blood's flowing your whole body. You got no fat to take care of it, and your hands are gonna tremble when you draw. You're not gonna draw as good because being part of being an artist requires you to just sit still and not do anything and have your heart rate at like 60 for hours at a time. Yeah, and weightlifting is not conducive to that. Like, I love that Greg Capullo loves weightlifting. Like, that's something he and I can bond with. I would love to weightlift with him. But if it's gonna make bad comics, it's like, you know what? Fuck, give me those weights. I'll do it. I don't do anything worthwhile with my hands. You know, he has a gift, and don't give it up for a physique. Fuck that physique. You're married. Your wife loves you. Like she loves your penis. Like she doesn't need you to have a six pack. Like give up the weightlifting and just draw comics good. Because this isn't the first time we've been critical of Capullo either, Larry. We reviewed
Yeah.
we had a Capullo cover was like, I'm surprised this is a Capullo cover. You know, like that. This
Yeah.
isn't what
Yeah.
Capullo does. You
Right.
know, and so this is it's definitely a problem. We need an intervention. Capullo, like, put down the weights. You know, like it's fine to be fat. Like if you're an artist, you have that talent. It's okay to be fat. People like me and Larry, like we can't be fat. Like you know, we got nothing going for us. You got art.
Dude.
Be fat.
I like.
Enjoy being fat.
Apparently, I can be fat.
You're doing it. Yeah, look, if you had artistic talent, like if you had
Yeah, I
artistic
gotta start
talent,
drawing.
I wouldn't fat shame you so much if you had artistic talent. Like I'd be
Thanks, Mo.
giving you holes and coke all the time. Like, hey, make this comic for me, Larry. You know, but
There it
you're
is.
not that. And you know, Capullo doesn't like coke because he's healthy. Maybe the methamphetamine or whatever steroid he's using. Yeah.
So, with that
Yeah.
said, yeah,
You
at the end of the day,
you don't get that back if you're not doing supplements, anabolic enhancement. Yeah.
right. All right.
Emily did.
Like, Emily, what?
I told her, she asked me what I wanted for my 40th birthday. It said steroids. She doesn't want to give it to me.
Yeah, that's a
Because
good
it
wife.
affects your junk. Like,
Right.
that's
So?
hers, right?
Like, I could lose a few inches. Like, she complains it's too big.
So, does anybody got anything else they want to say about Batman Spawn #1 before we rate it? Yeah. Okay. Mo, you didn't read it, right? Or you didn't get to read it because you weren't going to be on the show.
I was trying. I ordered a white cover and it hasn't come.
Oh, I'm sorry, friend.
Yeah, so I wanted to read it. I would have read it if it would have come when it was supposed to.
Of course.
So, yeah. It turns out there's no white cover, and the guy on eBay swindled me for $3.99 plus shipping. Yeah,
Jay,
it sucks. But that's the market.
Yeah. What would you rate Batman Spawn #1?
I would give it a 3 on the lower side. Like, it's just not hitting that well.
Yeah. Oz, what would you rate it?
I'm gonna go with 4 because I did enjoy it,
Mhm.
and I'd love to give it a 5, but the fact that I'm glad it's a one shot kind of means I shouldn't.
Right. Absolutely. And it's just wild too because the joint's definitely not written like it's a one shot. But okay.
All right.
Uh,
Later.
all right, Jay. Later.
He finally says,
I'm gonna. I know. I'm gonna give this joint. I'm gonna give it a reluctant 3. Like I probably should be giving it a 2.5, but I guess I'm giving a little bit of deference to the legends. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving them a little, but yeah, I'll say 3. But this is like it's disappointing, especially in light of like the 2 crossovers we got back in the 90s. Like, if you're talking about like and I'm saying that now because I haven't read them in a long time. Like reading this today literally made me think like, because they did the Batman Spawn crossover and they did the Spawn Batman crossover. 2 books that came out back then. And there's a part of me that's like, if I go back and read those, are those going to be as good as I remember still? Or are they not? You know what I'm saying? Because this made me question the whole thing. And so I was just like, oh man, like, but 3 is what I'm going to give it. And yeah, I can't recommend it, which is sucky to say. But anyway, and Mo, you want to rate the review?
nah, I mean, I got swindled for a white cover, so that's like a 1. Like, it was good ratings, and he made me feel good about getting it in time. And then what you guys said about it made me like, man, at least I would have a white cover. So, I mean, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, you're still talking.
No, go ahead. Yeah, no, do your thing. Yeah. Mr. 1,000 views on your video.
Because, I'm clearly what they want to see, not that naked statue. But she's not naked. So I got the book a couple days ago at the comic book shop, and they almost got me to buy like 13 books because all the
covers.
Yeah, all the other books had like a Spawn cover with whatever the character was, even though Spawn has nothing to do with the books. Like I asked the guy,
right,
is this a Spawn Nightwing book? No, it's just the latest Nightwing with Spawn on the cover. Like, oh.
And they did that with like I'm sad Jay's gone because he loves like Fairyland. Like, well, he hates Fairyland because he reads the book I Hate Fairyland. But they had a Fairyland cover that's like a Spawn cover. Yeah. They made a Walking Dead one that like is a Spawn cover, and it's like Walking Dead's not even going on now. Like, what would you but
so
yeah, and that's actually like it is disheartening that like they're doing that kind of marketing in that sense where it's like, okay, like let's have Spawn Week with DC. Like you announce it a Spawn Week, like there's it has nothing to do with it. We just have these covers. Marvel does it all the time with their like hip hop covers or their Disney like Tron covers, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, half the people don't even buy those covers. They get shredded. It's fine. Like it comes and goes. And then with DC, like they're really trying to get you to get these Spawn covers. And yeah, I don't get it. Like DC's all fucked up right now. I don't know. Like I've been having a lot of discussion with clients with James Gunn and everything because he's over DC, and I finally watched Black Adam, and they're like, "Oh, you saw that?" And it's like, "But you didn't see Shazam." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck that. I'm not watching Shazam. I watched Black Adam." Yeah,
indeed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, gents, y'all ready to get out of here?
No.
I'm going to take your silence as assent. No. All right. Let me turn this down a little bit. Make sure they can hear you, Oz. There you go. Oz, give us some final thoughts, buddy.
I bought that Green Lantern cover. Dark. $8 plus $5 for shipping. And
Nice. Big Man 24/7 says, great show, guys. Thank you, Big Man. We appreciate you. Thank you for commenting. Rose Magnum, give me some final thoughts, man.
I saw Black Adam. It was great. I really wish they read comics because man, you don't even Larry literally just music.
I put it on loop.
No, but stop it. Just stop it. Just
you've
stop
ruined the moment.
It's just like stop. Yeah. There's two files, Larry. One of them is a long file that's on a loop, and then there's the end file. But yeah, I watched Black Adam. They forced my clients forced me to watch Black Adam, and I enjoyed Black Adam. It just I really wish they would have read comics. Like they just it was a wasted opportunity for The Rock, and that's the one thing James Gunn did good is to get rid of. You guys are playing
rid of what?
Beds. No, you're playing two music beds.
I'm not playing it. Like I thought you said stop it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, there we go. Somebody was playing a second bed. Fucking awesome. I see that he in your smirk.
No, I didn't. In fact, the only two buttons I got right now are.
They call him Cool Khan.
He says that like so.
What a way to end the year, you know? Yeah. Watch Black Adam. It is fine. I'll leave it at that. I had a
For the entire.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, that's it.
I too enjoy Person of Color Adam.
For the entire Fantastic Forum, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate you, all of you that have been hanging out with us for yet another year of Fantastic Forum. We thank you so much. We hope you had a happy holiday. We hope you're going to have a great new year, and we look forward to seeing you all once again in 2023. So until then, we are the Fantastic Forum. Good night.